Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. So if you're here from the short, you already have a backstory. If not, our word was justice. When that word popped up, I felt like some sort of validation, some sort of proof, some sort of a process that would go along something that we knew or took place. Then saw the angel number card, which is intuition wakes. It goes into seeing the higher truth, hearing from your angels, knowing the truth. And then when I saw that, it kind of pulled up when is knowing enough. And I know the past couple days, or maybe just yesterday, I talked about belief and identity. I talk about those things a lot. What we believe, we identify with, and is true, whether it's a bad quality of ourselves, a good quality, uh, an assumption, or something we just know about someone, a situation. We feel weird about it. We create a story around it, a narrative. We're going to embody that, whether it's true or not. Now, when we talk about the intuition, uh, at what point do we trust that? If we are, which this is nice, and most of us enjoy that idea of validation or confirmation of what we think. If we think a person likes us, we like that experience when they prove that to us, or it's returned, reciprocated, it's valid, it's validated. That I am deserving of this, and it comes in and it sweeps us off our feet. It saves us, it rescues us, it makes us feel valuable in a way. At what point can we trust that? Are we in a place of limerence? Are we leading with fear and worry? Or is it just so true to us? Like, who could imagine, like a professional athlete finding us valuable or interesting or liking us in general? That are we being, where did that come from? Where does this difference come from? Now, I can't speak for anyone else's mind, but obviously there's a line of I know this, or I want this, or I'm so connected to this. I'm trying to get across that idea of limerence or the truth, something that is very true to us, that we felt that doesn't add up, but we just have that inner knowing, that belief. Yesterday I spoke about religions in general, and I have nothing against them, but what I'm talking about is how special it is or true to them. We have a couple very large religions where the other one says the other one's wrong, or vice versa, but it is so true to them because they believe it. It is in them. It is true to them. This is where this intuition comes in, being true to us. And then going up against that justice, that word justice. If I need it to prove itself to me, I don't believe it. I don't hold that strong. Just like that religion. Someone that believes in that so much, nothing can shake it. It is true to them. They don't need proof. They don't need to research anymore. It is true to them. When we need that proof, that validation, it's not so true to us. Sure, we might keep getting these hits or these sparks in our mind, and it doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. There's no proof, but I feel it deep down in my bones. I know it's true. It's real to me. I embody that then. It's my identity. It's my experience. It's my vibration. So I'm not really sure where this is going yet. If it has to do with getting that proof, I hope it does because that's great. That's an exciting, that's a validating experience that while I can trust myself. Then we get into that idea of I felt it in my bones. It was so true. It was so real. And it was deep down to my core. And maybe I made a move on something or I took action upon that with that knowing and it failed or it left me. It abandoned me and I pulled back a bit and I don't know what to trust anymore. Maybe I was crazy. Maybe I was fabricating this up in my mind as a dream. Was fear connected? Did I have a limiting belief? A lot of variables. Which one is it? Uh, so I guess we'll see. If it resonates, feel free to like or comment. If it doesn't, don't make it fit. Oh, the world, an achievement, closing out that cycle. Uh, we could have been in that place where uh, we were trusting what we believe, what we knew, what came to us, what was true to us, and uh, maybe there was that failure, but we still held on to it. It was still so true. It couldn't be untrue. We couldn't find a way for it to be untrue, even though the validation didn't come yet. I think that where that justice is coming, that rebuilding that trust in self, even when it's knocked down, how can we still hold that? Uh, Granted, we are us and we are stuck with us. I view that way. We can't really abandon. We can try to abandon ourselves, but hey, this is me. This is it. This is what I got for the rest of my life. A person that would uh, be dishonest or create uh, an image to lose our trust, we would hold on to that. That would paint a picture. We wouldn't feel so okay to go towards them again, or feel that they're going to be fair or honest, truthful, and we can remove them. But with ourself, if that voice, that inner knowing, us, we believed that and it let us down, well, how do we rebuild it? Well, we have to rebuild that. We would have to hold that trust inside of us. And by doing so, I think that's where that justice is coming through. That validation that we wanted so badly that never came is finally coming through. When we really think about that, depending on what that part of that intuition was connected to, what do we have to do in that experience? What could be holding us back in that cycle? We said the word value. Were we not valuable to see it, to be it, to have whatever's coming up? Or say it had to do with a person, a job, an experience in general. The devil, addictions. Doesn't have to be with addictions, but anything that is holding us back would have been a mindset or a viewpoint. Trust in general. I mean, how often, if we were awake our whole life, it would be different. Maybe we weren't. And when did this all begin? When did we start to wake up and start to experience these things? Maybe our whole life we had this intuition and we just thought we were nuts if we immediately thought something about someone or got a feeling and they weren't displaying it or they weren't saying it. We weren't having that validation, but we just knew. And at times it failed us. We didn't understand why. Say it had something to do with uh, picking up on someone's energy in a romantic aspect. And we would have made a move towards that person, but they rejected us. Right? Well, I guess I was wrong. What's up with that? Well, maybe there was a wound there that they were actually afraid. They did like you, but why wouldn't they have wanted to commit or start something? Coming through this process and honing these skills. Now, going back to what I said before of maybe making that effort or acting on the intuition here recently, and it let us down. Uh, Maybe we can say time, but that's really not a construct here, but it is in our mind. So if we made that effort towards something and it let us down, what did we need to release? Well, clearly we released something here because we we surpassed the issue or whatever it was that we needed. Maybe we stopped needing that validation. We finally knew that, okay, well, maybe not right now or this past time that I expected it, but what took place from that time that I made the effort, took the initiation on that intuitive hit, and I feel like it failed me. What happened from there till now? Have I rebuilt that trust, that knowing? Did I release something that was holding me back from fully embodying? What was that next step? Needing to know. I feel like that's that validation. What else do we have here, Spirit? The Empress. Nurturing soul. Removing the need for action and being, creating, allowing the flow to us. This is removing the force at times when we're, I mean, if we view everything as so abundant and energy is plentiful and we can do as we wish with it, uh, when we don't see things going the way that we want, we change them. And how do we normally do that? Physically. We use action. We try to force things to work the way that we want them to, removing that and really opening up to this flow. I know I've said before of if we were manifesting, working towards a manifestation and really pinpointing what that has to look like, uh, we may not get there because it has to go this way. It has to look this way. When we really open up and we just go with that emotion, whatever it may have been, however it may look, and allow it to come in the way of least resistance. I feel, I got the feeling like this is different. Doing this, being this way, embodying this, viewing things this way. How could it not be? All of our life, we probably were the opposite, doing it that way. And coming into this space is going to feel different. It doesn't feel right, logical, or however we used to handle things in the past. It is very different, but we are coming into a place to see the results. Knight of Swords reversed, haste, and King of Cups reversed, manipulation. I'm going with the mind and feeling uncomfortable with circumstances and going back to that force aspect. I don't like this. I need to control things. I am in a fear place or a lack. I am not in a knowing. I need to, and that kind of bounces off of our shadow. There's an insecurity, there's a fear there that makes us feel uncomfortable, and that's normal. I mean, to feel that, a lot of us have those types of insecurities or fears, and normally we're in survival mode. We're going to do things to try to, number one, change that feeling, and the only way we know how to do that is to change something that we see out there. Verse, really being in this space and knowing that belief. When I just know that can't be shook, it cannot be shaken. If it can, well, then there's fear. I know I made a comment yesterday about that belief, what's true, and validating, and normal conversation. If I need to uh, say I want to complain about something, or I'm arguing, or even fighting my point about my religion, and I'm getting irritated and hostile with someone else, I need them to agree with me or to believe me in a way that when they return their energy, their voice, their words, it calms me down because it validates what I feel insecure about inside. Uh, when we can have a normal conversation, somebody can say something that's completely contradicting to our belief and what's true to us, and we don't freak out and it doesn't trigger us, then we know. That's a belief that cannot be shook because it's in me. And it doesn't matter what anybody else says and it's not in an angry way. It's just, it doesn't matter because I believe it so much. It's so true to me. When I don't have that, or I'm looking for answers or this validation, or I'm saying things to people to bounce the ideas off of them because I'm unsure inside, that's led by a place of an insecurity or a fear. And when we leave that, we are it. And then it becomes what we want it to be. Page of Wands. Enthusiasm. Just kind of leaving that whole space of whatever was there, that insecurity or that fear, that bondage that we were attached to. And when you let go of something like that, it's like you see the whole world in a different view because it's not that's altering our mind or making decisions so quickly for us or talking us out of things. It is it's not holding us back anymore. It's not resistive. and it's an awesome new beginning. The Magician, an awesome new beginning to create. That energy is everywhere. That abundance is everywhere. When we don't have that shit, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a horrible aspect, but it holds us back a lot. We lead with fear or insecurities, lack mindsets, and it's very resistive to our fullest potential. When we see it, we understand it, we can navigate it, or we can heal it. We can do so much. We're so much more powerful than we truly know when we harness that and we use it instead of feeding that and putting it into this place where we're just going to be receptive. Uh, Sky's the limit. I'm going to leave this here. Congratulations. Clearly, we're going to get that validation that we wanted so badly in the past, but now it's coming through because we have embodied the knowing or the belief. I'll leave it here. If this resonates, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you all later.